Hello and welcome back. So what happened to the war vids from season 38? Going into the season, I knew I had a trip planned for the second week of the season. What I didn't know is I would catch COVID and the flu at the same time during the season. So I'm back now, healthier, ready for season 39. First war up is JWIN. For this war, I'm going to be on Path 7 in both Sections 1 and Section 2. I have 6 fights in totals, so let's go ahead and jump into the action. First fight up was going to be Jabari Panther. For this fight, I'm going to be using Apocalypse. This is one of the newer nodes with Second Wind and Standing in Fear. So when she shrugs off things, she's going to, gain power and all that. Not really going to worry about it too much. I'm not going to try and parry her. I'm not going to worry about the cleanse. I'm just going to go ahead and bait her heavies, counter her specials. Apocalypse is beefy enough that I can take a little bit of the chip damage. Worst case scenario, it's a potion to heal up. But we're going to be using APOC a lot, so I'm fully expecting to have to put some potions in. Relatively straightforward fight. I did put on some mutant boosts for this fight as well, simply because I've got what I think was going to be a trickier fight at the end of Section 1 coming up that I was going to be using Apocalypse for. So here I'm just trying to bait her Special 1. I could push her to her Special 2, but, I prefer, her Special 1. Very familiar with those animations, very easy to counter. And here we go. We're now up to a Special 2. And you can see here, this pretty much does her in. But I'm right back up to another Special 2. So we're going to bait another Special 1. Didn't dex that one as well after saying I could dex those fairly easily. But this will finish her off. Finish up at 94%. Eating part of a special, I will take that anytime. So good start to the season. First fight down. Second fight up, we're going to be using Rintrah against Dragonman. Once again, this is on one of the newer nodes. Nothing on this node really interacts much with Dragonman, with the exception of the fact that if you knock him down, he does get an armor break. And at that point I would degen and some other things would happen. And, so the plan is just not to use any specials. If I use a special, it's going to be a Special 3. I should be able to keep his power in check with my neutralize. And as a matter of fact, his power gain is now gone. You'll see that when it comes back around, as long as I have that neutralize on there, it's going to completely turn off for the rest of the fight. And now from here on, it's a fairly straightforward fight. I root him in there, get that special. I don't worry about dexing out of it. I don't worry about evading any part of it. As long as I've got him rooted, I'm going to heal up most of the damage anyway. And, it's just going to be a little bit slower fight since I'm not using, Rintrah's Special 2 and taking full advantage of, the ruptures and the damage that Special 2 can cause. Here, I'm just saving the Special 3 for if I get backed into the corner. I don't want to be backed in there and have him throw a heavy or something like that and I miss it and take a bunch of damage. So I was getting close, so I went ahead and threw that Special 3 just to push him back to the other side of the map. And here we go. I believe I'm going to root him here again. We're going to, do some of the light hits, stack up some ruptures, get all that, damage over time on him, get that special off, and then just kind of go back in. What you'll see here, though, coming up is I'm pretty sure when I get up to the Special 2 this time, I'm going to have enough damage when I throw it to take care of them. So when I do get to the Special 2, I'm just going to go ahead and toss it off and finish off this fight. Now this fight coming up is a little bit trickier. This is on the hazard shift, poison and incinerate. It has Valkyrie on there, and she can shrug off stuns. This one, the plan going in is I'm going to be using Apocalypse. I do have the mutant boost still on. I am going to, for this fight though, throw on a Power Start 1, just so I can be up to that Special 2 fairly quick. What I'm going to do is just go in, parry, get an incinerate on me, so I become incinerate immune, and then just attack during the incinerate phase. So you can see there, worked perfect. First hit, got the incinerate on. Can't really hit into her too much because Apoc with 4 charges would, do that passive stun and take her from there. So really just wanted to wait and, try and keep her back as far as possible on the map. without having to without being able to hit into her block. It's a little bit harder. There you can see that I was able to resist the second part of that heavy attack, so that was very nice there that I didn't take it. But you can see that first special 2 just did a lot of damage, and now from here, another special 2 takes her out, and that is exactly why I threw on the Power Start 1 and had the mutant boost on. That fight went pretty much exactly like I had planned it to go. Took a little bit of chip damage. Probably should have taken a little bit more since I was able to resist that one, the second part of her heavy. But, all in all, worked out exactly like I wanted it to. Now we're going to jump ahead into Section 2. And these are, once again, with the newer nodes, the Second Wind, and Power Creep. So, if he is able to shrug off charges, he's going to get power. But because I'm using APOC, he's not going to be able to shrug off any of that. You did see that I got Mutant Boost back on again. I do go in with a Power Start 1. I'm just wanting these fights to go quick. Here, for some reason, when the AI starts off immediate with a heavy, I eat it 90% of the time. It's just, not fast enough reaction speed. But you can see here, not a whole lot to worry about. Almost down already. 20 seconds into the fight, he's at 40%. I'm just gonna, was gonna bait a special 1, but I figured, I could just go in and throw a special and finish him off, and seeing how much damage the first special did, and that was the case. So next fight up, very similar nodes, but it's going to be Kingpin this time. Once again, going to use APOC for the fight, and nothing in here really to worry about. Still have the Power Start 1 boost running, so just my plan is to get to the special 2, toss it, toss another one if needed. So here we go. Alright, so this one does have protection on it, so I do need to knock him down. So you'll see that I'll parry and heavy him right here, just to knock him down before I throw that special 2, so I do the full damage. Bait his special 1, which is really all that you have to do with Kingpin. If you can bait his special 1, as long as he's throwing it, it's a fairly straightforward fight. And you can see here, even as much health and as chunky as Kingpin is, I took off 50% on that first special. I throw this special here just to knock the protection off and to get some debuffs running. Going to be a straightforward fight. He's throwing his specials fairly regular. So, just baiting a special 1. There we go. And what you'll see here is I believe I throw another special 1 to knock the protection off again. Nope, I did do a heavy there, so, and then we'll get the special 2. And that should finish him off, and it does. Alright, and the last fight up in this war for me is going to be Galan. I'm going to be taking him with Rintrah. So this fight, not too much to worry about on here. Just keep the neutralize up, keep his buffs off, knock him down if he does get some, with the specials, if he gets some planetary charges. You'll see here I check to make sure that I still have the Power Start 1. Plan is to use the special 2s, fairly regular, just to use those to knock him down. I'm not going to, didn't have any Mystic boosts on, so I'm not going to really gain much power back after the special 2, but at least that first one will go in there and, do a good chunk of damage. And, this should be, not too bad of a fight. Here, root him in the corner. Got to that special 2. Did not want to get to a special 3, so I went ahead and threw it, even though it pushed him to a special 2. I'm just going to block it. Very minimal damage, and to me that's fine because, I'm not using Rintrah again, don't have any more fights. And there we go, so another special 2. Just to keep the, the power under control. Like I said, I don't want to go up to a special 3 if I can help it. Much prefer to throw a special 2. And as I go to throw my special 2, he threw his, so I did get pushed up to the special 3. So now I've got to bait specials and, do all that stuff. There he goes. He does throw a special 1. I'm just going to block it. Here, I figured the special 3 may finish him off. I wasn't, fully thinking how little damage Rintrah's special 3 does. So here, it does leave him with 6%. So it only did 10%. And he's close. And I was like, okay, well, a 5-hit combo will finish him. 1%. Fortunately, he did not throw his special 3. I'm able to throw a special 1 and finish the fight off, just like I had planned. So really, a good war to start the season. 6 solos, no deaths. We did come away with the victory in this war. JWIN did put up a good fight for us. And, it was just that near the end, when it became, a sure thing that we were going to win, they gave up a few deaths that they normally wouldn't give up. But I do want to thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.